Have you ever felt like you've completely abandoned some of your childhood dreams, likes once you had as a child in your adult life? Well, I know what that feels like, as I did that with my love for cars and mechanics. And there's something that happens to us as adults that time makes us forget things we really were passionate about or have a deep love and interest for. For some reason, we let life responsibilities nullify our deep passions and could sometimes send us on wild goose chases of shiny object syndrome because we aren't tapped into that. Now, one of my childhood passions was reignited in 2022 in cars after watching Formula One Drive to Survive. Now, that is when I jumped back to weekly races. Then I started watching car YouTube last year, and that made everything click. So, after plenty months of research and finding a dream car, number one, I decided to make an app just for my car and for other car lovers and enthusiasts like myself. Now, you're probably thinking, why and what for? Well, let me explain. Hi, my name is Bobby, and I'm an iOS software developer who also loves cars. Now, when I think about it, I have always loved cars since I was a young child, but maybe my love for music overrode my love for anything else from an early teenager to late 20s as a professional musician. However, I can recall cars and mechanics were my first love. Now, I used to love Thunderbirds and their flying aircrafts, biker mice from Mars and their bikes and vehicles, Transformers with their transforming cars, Captain Planet with their flying aircrafts, and all different vehicles, even matchbox cars. You name it, I loved it. Now, if it was a car or a plane, I probably had it in toy form. Even Formula One growing up, watching some races with my dad sometimes. I used to love watching them race. And then for some reason, my love for cars just dipped and faded away. New interests came along, and even when I passed my driving test at the age of 17, I just wanted to drive from A to B. Now, it wasn't like I wanted to modify cars like Pimp My Ride or anything like that, but of recent years, that passion has returned into my life. Now, this could be maturity, could be because I build things myself that are quite technical, and maybe I can appreciate the technical aspects of cars now as an adult. Or maybe I've just tapped back into that 5 year old me and reminded myself that it's actually okay to work and have passions or hobbies, which in the past decade and a half, I just haven't done that, in all honesty. Now, this is the reason why I figured I would make this app just for my car and for other car enthusiasts like myself. So let me walk you through the app, show you what it's like, and what it can do to reignite your passion for cars. Let's get into the app. Okay, so as you can see on screen, we've got the Brilliant Cars app open. What I'm going to do is create an account from scratch, walk you through each tab, and just explain to you a little bit how it works and what its purposes are. Okay, so let's create an account. Bang. So when you create your account, you're met with this welcome tab. Okay, welcome screen. It's the dashboard tab essentially. So from top to bottom, you've got a place where you can upload a car image. So let's do that. Literally access, and we've got the lovely Mercedes-Benz SLK 55 AMG, probably my dream car. I have the SLK, but the SLK 55 AMG, that's special, very special, but all in due time. Anyway, so here you could put the mileage. So let's just say it's SLK, so 45K on the clock. We're just gonna put Mercedes. It's not a huge space, but you know what car that is. Model, we're gonna put SLK 55, and the year, we love the 2007 vintage, so we're gonna pop that in. It's gonna be an automatic on this one. Okay, auto, save that, and it's black, right? And we'll refresh that by going out of the tab and back in, and then you'll see all the information I've just entered is here. So this is your dashboard tab. So you'll be able to update the mileage from time to time. With classic cars like this, you might only want to do 5,000, 2,000 miles a year, but depends on your habits, how much you want to actually drive it, right? But we'll come back to the total cost today because this will show through the next tabs. So the next tab we've got is the expense tracker. Now, the reason why I built this is, again, if you're someone who's restoring cars, if you're someone who just generally likes to track your expenses, whether it's financial or whatever, then you can do the same with your car, whether it's parts and services or fuel. So if we take fuel, for example, let's just say we spend £35, right? And let's say we got 26 liters is the going rate roughly. And let's say the date was today, and then we're going to add expense. So once we've done that, we get this little icon here, which is in theme with the dashboard, as you can see here. And we've got it logged in. So we've got the date, we've got the cost per liter, gallon if you're in the States, and then of course the price. And you can continue to do so with parts and services. So again, let's just say we had a service plan. Can type, right? Service plan, and let's just say that was £200. It was a service, right? And we were going to add that. And as you can see here, service plan is stored. So again, you can keep track of this. And if you're someone who buys and sell cars, then you could actually log this, and you can keep track of it for yourself. Okay. So we've got the expenses, as I said, which you can view all, keep track of your fuel, and you have your parts and services. And that could be anything, brake repairs, tire change, whatever it may be. Okay. So that's that tab. Now, wish list. This is for some people who have ideas, right? Like myself, I've got ideas to do a lot to my car. I want to change the wheels. I want to change the exhaust. Well, maybe not exhaust, but wheels for sure. I'm trying to get a bit more performance out of the car, even though it's quite fast as it is. But, you always want to improve, tinker, tweak. So if I've got a wish list of items, let's just say, okay, I want to do alloy rims, right? So let's just say it's Wheel Mania, someone who I've seen through Matt Armstrong's channel, someone who I actually subscribe to and love his videos, right? And then we're going to say it's 895 for those. And this is going to be performance, okay? So we're going to save that. And as you'll see, he'll start to calculate. So if I go back to dashboard, you can see here now, like this total cost to date starts to calculate automatically. So that will factor in your expenses, services, etc. So we've got 35 there. We've got parts and services. We've got 200 there. Okay, so that's totaling up to this. Now we've got our wish list. Okay, so wish list is its own separate calculation, right? So all of the things that you put on here, because you haven't purchased it yet, so we're not going to factor that into the dashboard. But as soon as you do and you log that expense, then it'll update. But you can start to see if you've got more items starting to stack up. Let's just say this is at www.spoilers.com. And again, once you click that link, which I'll show you, it'll pop up. Let's just say it was £100 for that. And it's aesthetics, right? So we're going to save. And again, add it to the calculation there. So when we click on our wish list, you'll see here alloy rims is right there. Okay. And that's pretty much the wish list, pretty straightforward. Next, we've got service history. So again, the reason why I built this is because most of the time when we've got service history for our vehicles, they're probably in a folder somewhere, they're probably tucked away in a drawer. But here you could actually have a digital representation of the service history. In the UK, we've got logbooks, we've got, service documents, MOT, right? We've got all these things, insurance that you might want to reference. You could literally have anything that's a paper version. Let's just take this picture of flowers, right? So imagine this is a picture I've taken within the app. Then I can actually log that as a document in here. And once you come out of it, they're always going to be there. So it's a digital reference. If you need to access it quickly, you've already got a picture of that item. You don't have to go through any drawers. So it's just things to save you time. And again, you might want to look at these things and check when you have certain things coming up for renewal, right? There's just ways of doing things to make your life easier. Now, when you go to profile, for my European, American, and Asian Apple users, you've got the option to change currency. So right now, I believe it was set to euro. So if I switch that now, you can see we're in dollars. And if I go back and switch it to euros here, you'll see it switches to euros. So it's quite intuitive, really, really simple. Just a simple currency selector, and you've got pounds there, right? Now, the next thing, a couple more dials: tire pressure, insurance renewal, MOT renewal. Now, if you're in the States, you might not have MOT, but in the UK, this is a yearly thing. And it's things that people tend to forget, but you've got a note here. So let's just say the 25th of the 3rd, 2026, right? So I note that down and bang, it's right there. Let's just say my insurance is same date, right? 2026, boom. And now tire pressure is different because it's going to be, say, 33. I just log it like this: 33 at the front and 30 at the back. And again, this could be a number that's in your door card, or it could be somewhere else in your car. But again, for those who might forget that or just want a faster reference point, because you're probably going to have your phone more closer to you than the door card or somewhere else in the vehicle, right? So you can just look in the app, go to your profile, boom, it's right there, tire pressure. So you don't have to worry about remembering these things. And that's the great thing about Brilliant Cars, right? And again, this is, I believe, version 1.2, something like that. I'm not. Brilliant Cars specifically is for the car enthusiasts. So it's that relationship between you and your car, right? You want to make sure that everything is good with the car. You want to make sure that you remember things to do with the car. You can all log it in here. And that is pretty much it. As I said, it's a very straightforward, user friendly application, but a very useful one. Okay. And even a username, which you'll see why this will be required later. Right. So you got your username, and boom, there you go. So that's Brilliant Cars. Thank you for watching. I hope this was of use to you. You can download Brilliant Cars from the Apple App Store, or you can go to brilliantonline.net and get it for yourself. So hope you liked the video. If you did, like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Peace.